Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. Well, this is the fourth day that we're out of our regular studio. I don't have my book. You know, I have my book about aging, but you watching me, you already know. Baby, it's about getting older without getting old. If you remember this week, we've been on a subject. We've been on this one. I've written all over everything, but we've been on Discover, Plan, and Act. And I promised you on Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you're having a great day with family and friends. But even if you're by yourself, you're still all right. It's still all right to be by yourself because that gives you more time and more energy for us to talk about what we've been talking about all week, which is discovering what matters the most to you. What matters the most to you? Well, today, many of you say my family, my friends, being in relationship. These are the holidays that's coming up. People are gathering together. You know, all that matters the most to you. That's good. That's when we discover. We're discovering things about ourselves. The next thing we move to is planning. So we're gonna plan what our goals and our aspirations are. That's all part of planning. But the third thing was to act. Today is a good day for action. You know why? Because you're with friends and family or you by yourself. There's some things you could do. There's some things you got to do when you start to get to the act level. But you know, on yesterday I found some kind of axioms that I want to make sure that I repeat today, that I do all week actually. And one of them is do not be afraid to start over from scratch because you're not starting from scratch, baby. You already had some experience. So you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from another point. You're starting over, but it's not from scratch. Then the other thing I want you to remember is that you may be the only person who believes in you. If you're the only person who believes in you, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Believe, believe, believe. I'm the only person right now that I know that believes in me and my music. That my music is going to get where it's supposed to get, where I want it to get. In Jesus' name, I believe that. So if I'm the only one, that's enough. I'm enough. That's enough. So I want to make sure we talk about that part before we go to the word for the day is act. Well, let me see where it is on the pyramid. It's at the top of the pyramid. You remember? There it is. Act. Now, what is that? So you already have determined what matters most in your discovery. And then in your planning, you have planned what matters most because you have planned. Let me make sure I look over here. You have planned your goals. You laid out some plans and you based them on have, do, and be. All right. So how did you make those plans? You based those plans on, I think I wrote down, oh yes, you base those plans on all the things you want to have. What are those things you want to have? What's important to you? What do you want to have? So somewhere you listed what matters most and what do you want to have. You can have, and I got a list this long, but what matters most? Just give me a one, a two, and a three. That's in the have list. And then what about the do list? What would you like to do? What would you like to do? What's the very most things that you would like to do? Then make sure you put one, two, three. It's a vacation. For me, it's buy teeth. I mean, what is it you like to do? And then the last thing is, what kind of person do you want to be? Have, do, be. What kind of person do you want to be? Have you laid out a plan? Do you have a plan to get to the person that you want to be? Have, do, be. Now, when you listen to Myron Golden connects that back to Genesis. I found it in the papers. I told you I found these papers in the thrift store, Salvation Army. And so I have turned them into a lesson this week for us to discover, to plan, and to act. So now today is a good day to act because we're going to talk about acting means to implement all these papers that we've been talking about. Because I'm still a paper girl. I know you all do everything online. You got everything on your phone, the Bible on the phone, all your notes on the phone. You go out and speak. You have your little pad, girlfriend. I'm gonna be 82. I like my paper. All right. So let's talk about acting. What is the acting all about? Well, this is what I found. When you acting, the action is gonna be how you gonna implement this. These plans that you have made for yourself. Now you know God got some plans. So we have some plans that we make for ourselves. We study those plans, but in all things, invite God into that. because that plan normally it just doesn't work without him. So when you make your plan and all these instruments and all the information that we get into intellectual level, in the spiritual side of that, you want to make sure that God is somewhere in those plans. Ask me. I'm a good witness for that. So let's talk about the plan. So that when you make your plans, there's three lists, three places that you're gonna make your list, your goals, your plans. Then you're gonna put them in some kind of order. So you got to prioritize them. And so what did they write here? You got three places to prioritize. I'm sorry, to prioritize that list. Now, the first number one should be what's vital. What's vital on that list? When you start talking about what matters most to you, then what matters the most to you? What's vital right now? When you get up every day, I hope you get up every day with a list. Kind of. Do you get up with some plans? I hope when you go to bed at night, you get up the next morning, you already know, providing God allows you to get up the next day, that you kind of got a list going of what you plan to do. It makes it so much better. You just jump out of bed and say, what you going to do there? I don't know. Where you going? I don't know. Well, any road will get you there, and you may never get there. But you kind of have an idea where you're going. That's what this whole series is about, is discovering what matters most to you. And once you discover what matters most to you, then what's the plan? What's the have, do, and be? You need that part. And then today, we're on the implementation. This is a good day to implement. Why is that? Because it's Thanksgiving, you got friends and family. You can try some of that out that you thought about, especially if it relates to you personally. If it's something personal, if you got an idea for a business and you got your brother-in-law is there, he got the bank, or your sister-in-law is there, or somebody's in your midst, this is a good day to implement. This is a good day to talk to somebody. This is a good day to get up on it. Doggone it, every day is a good day, but Thanksgiving is a better day. It's a day we give thanks. And you said, well, we don't talk business. Business, who said that? Who told you that? Who told you that? That's the best place to do it is with friends and family, and just kind of ease it in as you talk about other things. You're looking at the game, right? You drinking something. You're enjoying yourself. You're talking about what had happened was. You're talking about fun in the family, and when you get together like that, you can see, wow, this is an opportunity. You know what? Well, had y'all ever thought about us doing ABC? See, that's what I mean. It's like that. It's not, you're not there with your attaché case and your book and, oh no, I forgot y'all got to pulling all that out. No. We're talking about a conversation. We're talking about a discussion. See, presentation. People play golf for a reason. They play golf because they like golf, but it's a lot of business deals are cut at the golf course. Yes, they are. A lot of business deals. Sometimes I think women, we don't do that all the time. But I'm not. Maybe I take that back. That's not a good statement to make because I'm digressing. Let me go on where I'm going. It doesn't matter if God whispers in your ear to say something, then you need to say it right there, right at that time, because we talk about implementing all the things you've been working on. All the things you've discovered that matters the most, everything that you're playing, it's an opportunity for you to implement or at least start a discussion at implementation. One of my friends, she passed away now. She said she went to dinner. She had been looking for an attorney, and she wasn't sure who she could trust. And so she had called some people and she didn't like them. And so I think it was a holiday. She went over a cousin's house. And that person brought another person, and it was an attorney, just the attorney she needed, just who she had been looking for, sitting right at the table with her. And she said, you know what, I've been looking for somebody like you. She felt like she could trust that person because he was right there with her family. He was a guest. Her cousin knew him well. I'm just saying, wherever you are right now, probably everything you need and everybody you need is right there. It's nothing like family. The problem that we have, we don't do family business because we argue with each other. We fuss with each other. We don't love each other enough. But I don't want to say the others, but the others tend to do family business, and so today Think about a family. I'm thinking about doing some family business, some family plans, some family goals, some family directions, some family connections. It's all there in the acting today, in the implementation stage, which is today. And so when you implement, you got to have three. So I started with what's vital. What's got to be done? What's you see? You have to prioritize that list, your plans and your goals, and which is part of the planning stage, discovery, plan, act. Then let's talk about the when you act and implement. Then you just don't what a helter skelter. No. You got to have that stuff in order. You got to have what's vital. When you prioritize, you need to look at what's vital. And then you may have to prioritize the vital list, even. Like, it may be three things. It's like, oh man, I got to do these. Then you have to stop and say, wait a minute, let me think about it. Let me think about which one should I do first. And then I'm going to do the second one. And you pray about it. So, Lord, send me a word. Which one should I do first? And then when you finish with the vital list, then you have an important list. Once you get the vital out the way, then you have an important list. And it's important. I mean, that list is important too. But you probably have more on the important list than you have on the vital list. Usually the vital list is short, but the important list can be long. Okay? And so that's why you got to really prioritize that list. And then, Lord, let's get to that last list, which is the optional. Well, you don't really have to do it. It'd be nice. It'd be nice if you could get the blessing to do it. One, you have the energy to do it. You have everything you need to do it. You could implement it. It would add to the vital. It would add to the importance, but it's optional. You see, and so you have to study. You have to study that list and see how you're going to do that. But the main thing is the implementation. You got to implement whatever that is you said you're going to do. Then you need to do it, and especially if you promise God. If you promise God you're going to do it and you don't do it, then you got a real problem on your hand. And so we've done well. We've done well with what we're doing because we have discovered what is most important. We discovered what was most important. Yes, we have. And then we have made some plans. God knows we need to be serious about these plans. Because January 20th is coming. And so we need to be serious about these plans. As we look at what's most important, we need to look at it, not only personal, but, look at it in your business and look at it, get a world view now. Because January 20th is coming. And so we need to look closely, and we need to make sure that whatever A or B or C, God got it. I understand that. But he also asks you, he give you 5 senses so you can be prepared. And so you got some plans. And right now we on acting. What we going to do? What we going to do with our have? What we're going to do with our be? What we're going to do with our do? Okay, but to take a close look at that, and then last we got three kind of lists. We got 3 kind of lists now. What is vital? Some of you all don't have a passport. Oh, I digress. What is vital? What's important? And what's optional? Of all the things that matters the most to you, what's vital in your life? Out of all the things that mean the most to you, what's important in your life? And out of all the things that means the most to you, what's optional in your life? Give it some thought. Give it some thought. Thank God we made another Thanksgiving. I'm grateful to say that this is my 82nd Thanksgiving. And I'm also grateful to say, you know this, But let me remind you that I love you. And you can't do anything about it.